Well, it's been a handful of days since we were able to review a Marvel product. So I guess it's time to review Hawkeye, Marvel's newest television show on Disney+. The only reason I keep my subscription to Disney Plus is to watch the shitty Star Wars and shit Marvel shows. And stay tuned for the next big show release that's coming out next month, the Star Wars The Book of Boba Fett. So Aiden, what's the plot of Hawkeye?
Hawkeye takes New York. He's in New York, and there's a girl there named Kate Bishop, who's like a comic character probably, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like a Hawkeye fangirl and does Hawkeye things, but she's not very good at it. And she finds out that her stepdad is buying swords, the Ronin sword, and the Ronin suit. So she and Hawkeye kind of team up to figure out what the fuck is going on. And it turns out none of that mattered because the Kingpin was behind it all. And yeah, they shoot arrows at people. There's like a... Don't know why that died so quick. They shoot arrows at people. And there's, you know, there's like some subplot with like some deaf girl and these gang members called the Tracksuit Mafia. Which is like, sounds like a fucking white boy rap label. Like a fucking Brockhampton ripoff. And they shoot a lot of people with arrows, and Hawkeye misses his family. And the girl from Black Widow shows up, the other Black Widow, the Midsummer girl.
Yolanda, Kate, what's her name? I was gonna say Katie Holmes, Pugnose, Lawrence Fishburne, Florence Pugh.
Florence Pug.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah, so there's mysteries, and there's like a whole scene dedicated to LARPing, whole episode dedicated to LARPing.
There's like tons of shit dedicated to LARPing in this.
And from the brilliant minds of like Ricky and Tony or something, like some.
Oh, it's
Katie and Katie or something weird. I don't know.
It's something stupid. It's like Fergie and Furry.
Fergie and Furry.
From the brilliant minds of
Frinkle and Dinkle.
Like half the episodes are directed by them, and then there's half the episodes directed by some other guy. It's Birdie and Bert. Bert and Birdie.
Of course, the classic.
Bert and Birdie, directors of such things as Dance Camp and Troop Zero.
Well,
Bert and Birdie.
That's the way it is.
They're like French movies or something.
Thrilling.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Bert and Birdie. Anyhow.
Anyway, what'd you think of Hawkeye?
I thought Hawkeye was very boring at first, and then it picked up at the end and became okay. It's kind of like the opposite of the Captain America show. But the Captain America show was like good at first. Yeah, it is kind of the opposite of the other. Because most of these Marvel shows are really good at first, and then they get really shitty by the end for some reason. Except for Loki. Loki was a pretty consistently good show. But most of the Marvel shows start good and get really bad when they just become normal Marvel shows. This show started out really fucking boring for like 3 episodes. And then the last 3 episodes were pretty decent. I thought like it was actually kind of refreshing to have like lower stakes, because even like these Marvel TV shows all have ballooned into high stakes adventures, where here it's just Hawkeye trying to fight the Tracksuit Mafia with his friend and discover what happened. And then there's the Kingpin in like 1 episode. But
the Kingpin from Netflix's Daredevil.
Netflix's Daredevil.
No less. The
Kingpin.
Man.
Yep. So, I mean, it's an okay show. I really don't have that much to say. Poor Jeremy Renner finally gets his time to shine, and he's the only Avenger without a movie, really. And he has to share it with Haley Steinfeld. Although I guess Mark Ruffalo never got his own movie, because he kind of got the character that was locked in legal limbo with Universal. But
And no one wants to work with Edward Norton.
No one wants to work with Edward Norton. But Edward Norton, yeah, he got booted. Anyhow, but yeah, no, I thought there was a pretty good rapport between Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner. The door is kind of open for a second season or expanding into future things. This whole show feels very much like you have to watch many other Marvel products. It's one of the one things that it's very supplemental. Unlike a lot of the Marvel stuff, which you can kind of go into
It borders
somewhat
on
blind.
entirely supplemental.
It's entirely a supplemental show. First off, you got Florence Pugh there because she thinks Hawkeye killed Black Widow. How she got that impression, who knows? I don't really understand how people know. Like, you think like the Avengers would just make a press release, like, unfortunately during all this bullshit, and fucking Black Widow died or whatever.
Yeah,
but instead everyone kind of like knows they went to like an alien planet and like got in a fucking fight on the fucking
but everyone's under the impression that Hawkeye killed her for some reason, or just some people are, or
just Florence Pugh.
But then when Hawkeye's talking to her, he says she sacrificed herself, so apparently people just don't know what happened.
They just assume that they were just like Hawkeye and Black Widow were this is what the press release read. Hawkeye and Black Widow were together and Black Widow mysteriously died. That's apparently what they said, because it's like she died saving the world, and Florence Pugh's like, no.
Yeah, they gotta work on the PR.
So there's all that, and then Florence Pugh, of course, is supplemental. Like, her whole thing is like, she would have just come out of fucking nowhere unless you watch the Black Widow post-credit scene where she's going after Hawkeye. We don't have Seinfeld Lady telling her to go. Like, I thought Seinfeld Lady sent her there, but in this version she was hired by the person.
Yeah, she was hired by the fucking mom.
But in the movie,
she
was hired by Seinfeld.
Seinfeld was there, and Seinfeld also recruited the fucking
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent, and I don't know what's going on with that.
There's some whole bullshit going on.
And then the Ronin shit's entirely supplemental, because that's literally like 4 seconds of Avengers Endgame where they're like, "Where's Hawkeye?" and then they find him. And he's like, "I'm the Ronin now," and then he's like, "Never mind, I'll be Hawkeye again."
Right, like if you watch the show, and the show doesn't hold your hand, and by hold your hand, I mean explain what's happening. Like, I only think I could understand what was going on because I've seen all these products.
Yeah.
But like, he's like, "Yeah, I was the Ronin." They don't really explain even, like, he's like, "Yeah, I was the Ronin."
Well, for the first like 4 episodes, they don't even bother to explain what the Ronin is, and then like episode 5. You see him like kill someone, and he's like, "I was an assassin." It's like
became an assassin. But I don't even know if it's like explained that it was because of like the events of Avengers Endgame. So just confusingly, this good guy becomes the Ronin for a while, kills a couple guys, and then stops.
I don't even know why he was the Ronin in fucking Endgame.
The reason he was Ronin in Endgame is because he was really sad that his family disappeared because of Thanos. Because Ronin was a thing in the comic books, and they decided to do it for some reason.
Okay.
Mostly for trailer shots, I think. I literally think it was for trailer shots.
Because the only shot of him in the suit is the trailer
It's the trailer shot. The one shot from the fucking... Because I remember when the Endgame trailer came out, everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's got the fucking samurai sword." You gotta do something with Hawkeye to make him exciting. So I think they didn't know what to do with him. So they just said, make him a fucking ninja. Make him the ninja from the comic books, because that's something. And it'll make comic book fans excited over the trailer and make reaction videos, so that's what we'll do. And that became a major plot point in this.
And the whole Kingpin thing is basically supplemental, because Kingpin's not explained at all.
Right, Kingpin shows up.
Kingpin shows up and they're like, he's a bad guy.
He's the Kingpin. He's like, "I run New York."
But then, like, he's directly a character from the Netflix Daredevil show.
You've literally needed to have, like, comprehensive
seen literally everything.
knowledge. You also need to watch these Netflix shows which haven't been relevant in 6 years and were questionably canon for the long time, but now are
up until
wholly canon.
Literally a week ago.
Yeah, when Spider-Man came out less than a week ago, they were gray area of canon since Disney Plus doesn't have them. They have never been.
Yeah, they're not on
referenced.
Disney Plus, so you need a separate
never
streaming
referenced.
service to watch these.
I think the last show ended in 2018 or 2019.
The final season of Jessica Jones came out in 2019, from what I was reading.
Right. So basically,
they've been off the air for 2 years. They're on a service that
damn
is
near
not
3.
connected to the one that this show is on.
They're not. They've been so lightly connected. The only reason these Netflix shows were connected is because PR people said, "Oh yeah, this is definitely part of the MCU." But you need to also have a Netflix subscription and watch like 12 seasons of television to understand who the Kingpin is, so that the Kingpin can show up in one episode and then get shot. And presumably they just wasted the Kingpin in the MCU. I just guess that's it for him. No need to use him for like Moon Knight or future Daredevil or Iron Fist or Spider-Man or literally any character that lives in New York. Kingpin's like one monstrously important character. Unless like, it might just be like a twist end.
Like he shot her, like I guess.
But no, she's getting a spin-off show.
Oh yeah, okay.
They're just throwing her in a spin-off show.
Kingpin done. GG.
Kingpin knocked the gun out
Unless
of her
they
hand
make him
and
like a
ran
cyborg
away.
or something.
I don't know. Or he gets plastic surgery and this is just a callback. I don't know.
Yeah, who fucking knows?
Refresh it a bit because the actor. I couldn't tell you. But Kingpin's not really a character you can refresh. You can run that guy till he's 90 fucking years old. He's just the fucking Kingpin. He's just some fucking guy in a suit.
Yeah, he just sits around and tells people to do things, and he's
then
like
he
kind of
punches
strong.
people occasionally. Yeah.
He's kind of strong.
I don't know. I was like, oh. When how they use the Kingpin gave me a big oh. Hawkeye's not a traditional character I associate with the Kingpin, and if they actually killed him in this show, it'd be like, out of all places, really.
Yeah, I like how the Kingpin's death isn't even like relevant. Like, in the end, the
Kingpin's just relevant to like.
The Kingpin is only in this show because
They need a
Kate's mom owes him money, and they knew that people would get hype about Kingpin. Kingpin shows up and he punches Kate Bishop like 4 times, and then some like side characters in like maybe half the episodes is like a minor villain shoots him.
Well, now she's getting her own show, but she's like the niece of the Kingpin, so presumably he'll be in that show somehow.
Yeah, maybe, who knows?
Like, what fucking else do you tell? What stories are there to tell about Echo besides the fact that she's the Kingpin's niece and like a very minor character from the comics?
She's definitely has one leg. What else do you need? It's a non-white.
True. Marvel's
non-white
really been
disabled
coming
woman.
out for the fucking deaf people because like they just randomly made one of the Eternals deaf.
Hawkeye's also
Which,
deaf.
if the Eternals are robots, perfectly made robots, why were they like, I think this one deaf. Let's just be woke with it. Let's just be a little woke.
You think if they were like robots who only existed to like fight those alien things, you'd just make them like featureless robots, or like just make them all look the same? But someone sat down and was like, this one is going to be a midget who doesn't age, gay black man, deaf one.
Yeah. Really gave them all personalities. Because the deviants, man, the deviants they were faceless, and man, they I don't really know what the fucking deviant. I don't think the deviant. They also destroyed planets.
Yeah, but they didn't do it in the right way.
Right.
It's a shitty movie.
No, wait, because they wanted to kill the humans. The deviants wanted to kill the humans.
Yeah, and the
Eternals needed to
make
save the humans long enough so that
but they had to kill some of the
all
humans because the humans had to kill each other to make.
Yeah, if the battery was powered, by how many humans were on
No, it's
Earth?
not by how many humans, because the humans also have to be smart enough. Which is why they had to let them make nuclear bombs.
Okay.
And that's why the gay black man was retconned into making the nuclear bomb and killing millions of people. The first gay black man in Marvel history was a mass genocider of Japanese American people.
Well, now Marvel has 2
Japanese
deaf people, so get over it.
American. 3 deaf people. Hawkeye's also deaf now.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
but
like
that was a plot
only
point. That
relevant
was
in
for
one
one
episode where he
Right.
loses his hearing aid, and then after that he just is fine again.
Yeah, this show's kind of a messy one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Still, like, on the better... It's, like, all these shows suck.
I don't even hate
all
it.
these
but
Marvel
it's like,
shows kind of suck. Except for Loki was good.
Loki's pretty decent. This is... I mean...
This show kind of sucks. But, you know, I thought it was fine for the last couple episodes, but it also kind of sucks. I don't know. I feel like, you know, they don't throw the top tier talent on these, so I feel like a lot of these are a little more inconsistent.
Are you saying Bert and Birdie? Bert and Birdie
Bert
were
and
top
Birdie?
tier?
Why the fuck did they get Bert and Birdie, two random people who made, like, French TV movies, and then Kevin Feige's, like, about the caliber that Hawkeye deserves.
Well, he's right.
Bert and Birdie came with the pitch, and they said, we are willing to stoop
Every
so
time
low
I
to
see
work on
Hawkeye on the screen, I just think about the guy at our screening of the Avengers.
Years ago.
Years ago, the guy who said, Arrow guy, real identity unknown.
That was fucking interesting.
So funny. He's like, Iron Man, real identity, Tony Stark.
I
Arrow
like
guy,
how
real
he yelled
identity
it.
unknown.
I like how he'd yell it every time any fucking character came up. He'd be like, Phil Coulson. Can he lift the hammer?
Yeah.
Remember Phil Coulson and how, like,
Our
everybody
Avengers-
loved fucking Phil Coulson? They made a fucking shitty, like, NCIS spin-off show with him so that everyone hated him.
Yeah, I like how they killed him and they're like, actually, that was a clone, so that he can have his own shitty NCIS spin-off. Or,
Well, who knows what
Waste
isn't...
Ghost Rider.
They wasted so much... Like, I thought, honestly, bringing Daredevil and Kingpin into the MCU, like, and not recasting them, or at least, like, not doing it, like, it feels like such a waste. Like, okay, if Kingpin actually died,
Yeah,
which
it's a
I doubt they
gigantic
did,
waste.
that was literally one of the biggest wastes of a character you could possibly have.
Yeah.
At least, like, Mandarin, they wasted him, but with,
Huge
like, an
fucking
interesting
waste.
twist, and they're just like, oh, whatever, we'll use him later. But this is, like, the definitive Kingpin that presumably died.
Yeah.
And, like, with, like, Daredevil, Charlie Cox is, like, bald and he's, like, 55 years old. It's, like, the problem is, you can't be hiring some guy... Why are they hiring all these superheroes that are, like,
And they've
45?
also,
Like, you gotta do the Tom Holland method where you get them young
Bringing
and
in
you
Daredevil
torture
and
them.
Kingpin also just blasts out the chance of all
Iron
those other
Fist,
guys. Not that
Punisher,
anyone really gives a shit about Iron Fist or
Luke Cage.
Punisher, Luke Cage.
Well, Luke Cage, you could have actually done to try to, like, do something. Give another black superhero since you guys just fucking destroyed the Black Panther franchise with the white supremacist black woman or whatever. Whatever.
She's
people
not a
are
white
claiming
supremacist.
about.
She doesn't want. She just doesn't like the COVID shot.
Yeah, so by that definition, that also makes her a white supremacist.
Fair. Fair enough, I guess.
That's-
By Twitter logic, yeah.
By Twitter logic, she may as well fucking be the biggest racist.
She might as well literally be Hitler, yeah.
Yeah, so, so now, yeah, I don't know. And whatever Wakanda Forever was going to be just looked fucking horrible. Like, if there isn't anything... Looking at that Wakanda Forever logo, put the Wakanda Forever logo here and tell me, when you see this on screen, does it look like a movie that's not going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes, half of which is going to be designed to jerk tears from people, and the other half to do what are those jokes with that stupid, annoying-ass... Black Panther's annoying-ass sister? Now, what is the fucking movie? What's the plot? What's gonna be the fucking plot? Oh, here, Black Panther's dead. The only interesting character in the whole world of Wakanda is dead, except for maybe that bald lady's kind of cool. But the only interesting character, basically, in Wakanda is dead, besides Killmonger, who's also dead. Pretty much all of the interesting characters are either dead in real life or in the fiction of the canon of Black Panther. So now you get the scraps.
Whatever's left.
And to make things worse, she's a white supremacist who doesn't get the COVID shot.
You got, yeah, you have the white supremacist main character. You got the guy from Get Out with his magic blankie.
I forgot about that. Because, yeah, he's
He
like
rides
riding
the
a
cartoon
rhino
with the magic blankie that deflects bullets. Oh man.
Black
It's
Panther
gonna be
2.
a thrilling movie.
It's going to be 3 hours.
Can't wait for
It's
it to
going to
win.
be 3
It's
fucking
gonna win
hours.
like 17 Oscars.
Marvel's
Chadwick
broken 2
Boseman
glass
died.
ceilings. They've been stretching. They've been stretching the amount of movies they bring out every year, projects, because, next year, yeah, they got 4 projects, but they have like 8 TV shows slated for next year. And not to mention the Star Wars shows are gonna be endless, so we're gonna have a lot of Disney Plus to be watching.
Yeah, thank God they're not actually putting Star Wars in theaters anymore, because I know it's fucking ass. They fucked it up too bad.
Yeah.
Thank God. I'm so glad I don't have to see a fucking Star Wars, like, fucking Baby Admiral Akbar movie in theaters or something.
Not in theaters, but we're gonna be seeing bullshit like that all over the screen.
Yeah, but it's not in
Book of
theaters.
Boba Fett. We're gonna have to watch the Book of Boba Fett next week.
The
Book
Hawkeye
of Boba Fett
just ended. How can another one?
It's literally from now on.
How can another one be starting? This one just ended.
Star Wars. Because I gotta pull up both lists to do this, because they like are now setting it up to be like, if you're a fan of Star Wars or the MCU, like every week is just some shit's coming out. So
God damn it.
yeah, I don't know if I really want to like continue my dedication to reviewing all these. Because let's look at this here. Marvel Television. What the hell? Oh, this is this fucking fake. What the fucking hell? Marvel Studios. Okay. So Hawkeye's done. Okay, good for us. But Moon Knight starts in 20... Oh, the rest for 2022 aren't even announced yet, but we know there's at least 5 television shows. 5 television shows.
Special. What the... Oh, the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday
The
special.
Wakanda TV series. Do I really have to watch a stupid Wakanda TV
Armor
series?
Wars. What? I don't even know what half this shit is.
Armor Wars is the War Machine television show where he fights all the other armored supervillains.
That comes directly after Ironheart, the Iron Man Jr. show.
Yep, and then there's...
Miss Marvel, of course.
Miss Marvel, oh my god, I'd rather fucking commit suicide than watch that show.
She-Hulk, I don't know what a Secret Invasion is. Moon Knight.
It's a Skrulls TV show with whatever... And
with
it's
like
gonna
Rick
be like
Flag or
it's gonna be like a baby Avengers movie where they waste the Secret Invasion storyline, because like in that like half the heroes are Skrulls and the other half aren't. But you know what they're gonna do is scrounge together the 6 or 7 characters.
But the Skrulls are
that are all
gonna
gonna
be
be cheap.
MCU, so like they're just gonna do what?
I don't. Yeah, there's gonna be bad ones.
Untitled Halloween
And then
special.
here's all the future
God.
ones: Halloween special, Loki 2, What If, Echo, Agatha and the House of Darkness.
That's the girl from the fucking...
Agatha and Echo are
WandaVision.
both getting it. Spider-Man Freshman Year, which I think is like
probably
cartoon. And Marvel Zombies, which is a cartoon.
Untitled...
Destin Daniel. I thought he died.
Who the fuck is Destin Daniel?
I was thinking it was the guy from Saved by the Bell. Okay, so if that
that's
wasn't enough, we also have... Don't worry. Like, I know only 6 fucking Marvel shows next year just simply won't do, but it's a good thing we have the fucking Star Wars shows coming out, because look at this. Live action series. Where's the future? Where's the future? Because didn't they announce like 200 goddamn Star Wars? Oh, the Temple Challenge already got... I didn't realize the Star Wars Temple Challenge was a thing.
Wasn't that just a fucking knockoff of...
Yeah, but Jar Jar Binks was the fucking host of it.
Wow, they really... They know their audience. Oh wait, scroll up a little.
What?
There's like up a little more. List of Star Wars television series is probably what you want.
Game show, Reception.
Live action series.
Yeah, The Mandalorian. Next year we got the Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor based on Cassian Andor, Ahsoka Tano, something called The Acolyte, Lando Calrissian, Rangers of the New Republic.
Oh, fucking Christ.
There's a fucking million of these damn shows.
God damn it.
They're just announced. Although we did get a big win because Patty Jenkins' fucking Star Wars movie was put on hold for now, which means it's canceled because Patty Jenkins' fucking Wonder Woman 2 sucks so fucking hard that they fired her.
Yeah,
Star Wars likes to fire anybody who gets a fucking flop, which is
It's like
awesome.
2 days after Wonder Woman 2 came out, they're like, Patty Jenkins.
She's just so busy these days. She's
so busy with her entire 2-movie filmography.
I like this fucking best directors of all time list I read where Patty Jenkins was like number 4. I like Patty Jenkins. Between Stanley Kubrick and Patty Jenkins, Stanley Kubrick just edged her out. Stanley Kubrick with like fucking 30 solid
God.
years of making nothing but amazing movies. And Patty Jenkins
Wakanda
making
Forever is
Wonder Woman.
literally gonna win every single Oscar because Chadwick Boseman died.
See, I'm not positive about that though because everyone hates What Are Those, which is a big cancel out moment. Who are you gonna give the Oscar to if your main character
but you know
What
the
Are
first-
Those, the COVID shot
The
hater?
first 30 minutes of this whole thing is gonna be fucking like CGI Chadwick Boseman being like, "I'm really sorry I died and I'm so sad."
Really
Black Lives
sorry,
Matter,
no.
George Floyd. Like, it's just gonna be like a 30-minute Black Lives Matter speech from cartoon, creepy, reincarnated Chadwick Boseman.
So what
And
do
then
you
it's
think
just
they're
gonna
gonna
turn into a
do?
normal shitty
Do
movie.
you think?
And then they're gonna they're gonna like put all the Oscars on his gravestone or something.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
they'll
glad I'm in
live
there or
stream
something.
them like walking out to the fucking. They'll be like, we're at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery to give Chadwick his Oscar, and they start excavating his grave. They start digging up his grave live on television. They pop it open with the crowbar, and then they grab his cold dead hand and slip an Oscar in it.
Yeah, but they feel pretty silly about the whole
And
Black
then they
Panther
say, "Good thing we're at the
casting."
Hollywood Forever funeral home,
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever."
Anyway.
I hope there's. I still think there's. Even though Wakanda Forever is coming out this year, I still think if she just keeps going and keeps pushing the COVID conspiracies and keeps getting injured on set every day. Did you hear about that? She got like ejected from a motorcycle or something, and it shut down production for like 3 months for Black Panther 2. It's a disaster, man. They should just cancel it. I think if she keeps pushing on the COVID state of the MCU, we do always get on tangents about the MCU because it's all that happens.
It's all that-
anymore.
It's the only movies that come out.
It's the only movies that come out. What else are we going to talk about?
Anyway.
Anyways, so hopefully Black Panther Forever gets canceled somehow, and they just recast Chadwick Boseman and just make an actual Black Panther movie.
You should tweet her every day and be like, please explain the risks of the COVID vaccine to me and just egg her on.
Or, you know what I should do is I should just take a video of myself shaking or something and be like, I took the COVID shot, share this from your hospital bed.
We can make you
She'll be in
a
the-
prosthetic testicle that's like the size of a softball.
She gets in
Send it
another,
to her.
like, blank, she was using the CGI blankie and threw it up or something and got tangled on her leg or something. Snaps her, both of her legs. What are your thoughts on the show, really?
It's okay. I mean, if you haven't seen all the movies, it's fucking nonsense. The first half is incredibly boring, especially the LARP shit. And then, you know, some of the action's kind of cool towards the end, and not that cool because it's like a TV show budget, but kind of cool. Hawkeye, I don't care for. Jeremy Renner, I find creepy. The fucking Bates Motel lady, I find creepy. Haley Steinfeld, I find kind of creepy.
Why do you find all these characters creepy?
Jeremy Renner, I just find creepy.
Jeremy
in real
Renner
life.
is a real life creep.
And the fucking Conjuring lady, Bates Motel, she's just kind of creepy looking, if I'm being honest. Haley Steinfeld doesn't creep me out, I was just being facetious with that one. But, yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's fine. It's a show. It's watchable.
Yeah.
The, you know, the Christmas theming was a choice. I don't really get it.
Because it comes out around Christmas.
It comes out around Christmas, and they play Christmas music a lot for, like, all the fight scenes.
And then
But it
otherwise
doesn't have
it's
any
like an
impact
invisible
on
clock
the
where
show.
Hawkeye has to go back to Christmas.
Yeah, but it's not, like, a serious clock.
Anything
Like, it's not like the New Yorker's gonna explode on Christmas or anything. It's just like he might let his kids down a little
I
bit.
mean, it's Christmas in the same way as Die Hard or fucking Lethal Weapon. They were going for that type of. Maybe people will be like, this is the Marvel property you have to watch on Christmas if we put it out on Christmas. I think that's what they were going for. I don't think there was any, like, major reason beyond, like, Shane Black and that shit.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Connor, would you recommend Hawkeye?
If you've watched everything else in Marvel, you got 6 hours to put aside.
Yeah,
No, I don't think I
watch
would. I didn't think it was that bad since I've forced myself to watch it, but really it doesn't, nothing, like, it's kind of good and entertaining for the last, like, 3 episodes. The first 3 episodes are boring as fuck. you have to have all this outside knowledge, and if you're not like knowledgeable about the MCU, it's gonna suck. And then I just don't think the overall payoff is worth sitting through the first 3 episodes. There's nothing interesting in those first 3 episodes. They're not bad. It's just nothing really happens. And then the last 3 episodes are pretty decent. So I guess the show's already nonsense if you haven't seen any MCU stuff. I guess the last episode has a cool action, it's kind of fun action scenes in it. So if you want to watch like an actual like somewhat unique to MCU action movie or scenes, watch the last episode. But other than that, I can't really recommend it as a whole, just because it's like really boring and really dependent on other shit.
Yeah.
Even the start, you have to have watched Avengers. Like it. Yeah, maybe. I mean, okay, fine. Maybe the Avengers is a bit of a stretch on having to watch it, but makes more sense.
They pretty much cover what happens in the Avengers. There's some fucking aliens around and Hawkeye shoots them with arrows and the movie ends.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. All right, and do you recommend Hawkeye?
I mean, not particularly. I guess for someone who's seen all the MCU shit and probably already has a Disney Plus account, like, what else are you gonna fucking do? But, you know, I wouldn't suggest going out of your way to watch it. I wouldn't buy Disney Plus to watch it. Maybe it could have been, like, trimmed and reformatted into an okay-ish movie. And, like, cut out all the shit where, like, Hawkeye hangs out at the LARP and whatever, but I don't know. No, not really.
Oh, this is the first Marvel show I think that absolutely felt like a TV show. Like, the other, like, Loki, Captain America, and WandaVision felt like they probably could have edited those into movies. But this like, was so low stakes the whole time and nothing fucking happened that it literally just felt like a television show through and through.
Yeah, they don't really establish the stakes well at all.
There isn't much of a stakes. Other than, like, maybe
the stakes
Haley
are that
Steinfeld dies if...
It's not even Haley Steinfeld. No one wants to kill Haley Steinfeld. No one gives a shit. The stakes are Hawkeye might die, and I do not care, and Haley Steinfeld's mom might get punched by the Kingpin or something.
Basically.
That's the stakes. Oh, and Hawkeye might let his kids down if he gets shot in the face.
Yeah.
That'd be a letdown.
Basically,
Be a real bummer for Christmas. Papa got killed by his girlfriend's sister. Dead ex-girlfriend's sister or whatever. Be a bummer.
Yep. That is basically the gist of this movie.